those you hang out with shape who you are. This is why it is so crucial to choose the people you spend time with very carefully. Over time, people become increasingly similar to those around them. And this occurs because people are naturally inclined to want to conform to the norms of a group, to gain acceptance from the group's members, to gain acceptance from other people, their social circle. In other words, in an attempt to fit in, people unconsciously try to become more like the people who they hang around. So this is why it's so important to be careful who you're with. Because, for example, if you're around people who are a good influence, then, they will shape your character in a positive way. They will bring out the best in you, right? But if you hang out with people who aren't so good of an influence, who are a bad influence, they will bring out the worst in you, and they will almost like alter your character over time, and as a result you'll be worse off. Or alternatively, you would be better off being with other people who were a better influence, or just not being with those people at all. People are naturally inclined to do whatever is considered normal by those around them, like whatever the norms are of a group. And this is why like a group mentality is a thing. Like in psychology, you guys may have heard, like, people become more like others around them, and people act differently when they're in a group setting, right? Like, the thing is that, for instance, something called the bystander effect. If someone is hurt, right, and there's a bunch of people around, the more people that are around you, the less likely you are to help the person that's in danger. But if it's just a one-on-one circumstance, and you see the person in danger, it's just you and potentially like the other person who's, hurting the person who is, like being harmed, like the person who's causing the harm, then you are far more likely to help that person if there aren't as many people around you, because you feel as if other people will help. You're doing what other people are doing, and like you are just acting as a bystander. So even if someone's a very genuine person, their behavior, their personality, like what they do, how they act, it changes when they're around different people, right? And it changes in many different ways. And the bystander effect is just one of those ways. And the psychology of people becoming similar to those around them, social psychology, like it also applies to the people who watch YouTube videos, So for example, the YouTuber you watch, you will slowly become more like that YouTuber if you watch them like consistently, right? You'll develop some of their characteristics, maybe like even some of their mannerisms you'll develop. Like, for example, I noticed that like when I'm playing Overwatch, right? This game that I play, like I act quite a lot differently in like a game setting rather than like how I act on camera or how I act in real life. And it's not even something that I'm necessarily aware of, but it's just something unconscious. It's just something that I do naturally, and it's something that other people do naturally too. People act differently in different settings. And the thing is that when you're around a specific social circle, based on the circle you're around, you have a different response based on how others are acting. And regardless of if you realize it or not, the people that you spend time with can have a significant influence on your character, for better or for worse. And that's why it's so important to watch who you're with. Like, you need to think, like, will these people be with me, like, maybe if I didn't have money, like, if you were, like, down bad, so to speak, and not just with money, but, like, if you were struggling with something, like, if you were depressed, maybe, like, you broke up with someone, like, who you were dating, or, you're, like, struggling to make money, like, again, or, like, you're trying to find a job or find out which career to take, or, it could be a multitude of things. Those people have to stick with you, or they should stick with you, regardless of what happens, right? Because the thing is that people should like you for who you genuinely are. People shouldn't like you just for a facade, right? And that's why it's always important to be around, or excuse me, to be aware of who you are around, right? Because you'll become more like them. And to be your authentic self, you need to be around people that can like benefit you and people who won't harm you, and to be like the best version of yourself. That's what you need to do. If being with someone doesn't make you emotionally fulfilled, consider trying to spend more time with other individuals. Like, let's say you don't like a group of friends, right? Because, like they're just acting like rude to you or whatever. Like you don't feel good around, like deep down inside, your gut feeling, right? Not your brain, but like your gut, your intuition is telling you to back off from those people. Listen to your intuition. Consider spending less time with those individuals and maybe spend some more time with your family, like maybe you have another friend that you haven't called in a while, like you can just call them up, say, was good, like you can maybe talk to your family, maybe even like a pet, right? Even though it's not like a person, like you can like talk to them. It's like, just always be aware of your social circle. Don't just hang out with people because you feel like if you don't hang out with them, like you won't be cool. Like in reality, you shouldn't care. But the reason why people care is because, humans are social creatures, right? And we naturally care about what other people think of us. And even if someone doesn't care about what other people think of them, right? Or they claim that, they do to some extent. Everyone does. It just so happens that some people have it like a lot more than others, and some people, are able to kind of see through that and kind of not care as much about the opinions of others. So, to be the best version of yourself, you need to watch who you're around. Watch your social circle and be around people who make you emotionally fulfilled. If you don't feel emotionally fulfilled with people, try, spending time with some others, and I promise you won't regret it. Like, I'm not saying like you have to ditch your friends if one time, like they're rude to you, but if it like happens consistently, like especially like then, and I don't even want to say ditch your friends, like leave your friends. But if it happens like on a consistent basis and your intuition is telling you that you should leave those people because like they're a bad influence on you or you don't feel good around them, then you have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your gut instinct. So yeah, guys, I love you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay awesome. We evolve together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell as well, right next to the subscribe button. It should be filled in with like ringing symbols around it and like shaded. Yeah, guys, I love you all. Again, stay healthy, stay safe, stay awesome. We evolve together. And yeah, dude, keep improving yourself. Keep improving yourself every day and become a better version of yourself tomorrow than you are now.